Welcome everyone, my name is Tammy and I am from Earth Radiance, Toowoomba Entrepreneurs and from Queensland, Australia. And today I'm really excited to be sharing about natural beauty and the self-care. But what I want to talk about is more than just what we normally think what natural beauty is. Because do most of you think natural beauty comes from organic skincare, or what is it that you actually think natural beauty is? For me, it goes much more deeper than skin. And it's all about how you feel within. And for me, it's like, how can you every day practice and cultivate something that's going to radiate from the inside out? So for me, natural beauty comes from the heart, and it means that you get to every day do stuff that like practice a ritual or do something that fills up your cup every single day. So for me, it's creating rituals, it's creating a practice that helps me fill up my cup. A lot of the time, most women, when they go to the mirror, because this is something that we do each and every day, we look at the mirror and see what we're not. We use products and we use skincare and we use makeup to cover up what we think isn't good enough. But what we can actually do is to change the way that we think and feel about this. And when we look into the mirror, we look about what we actually see, and we can fall in love with that person looking back at us. So this is where natural beauty for me comes from. It comes from that inner radiance, from connecting to your truth and to your soul, and feeling and giving love back to yourself for that love that you usually give to everyone else. So for me, I created an organic self-love affirmation range because I felt that every woman deserves to love herself every single day. And the way that I could be with a woman, if I'm coaching her or supporting her in some way, is every morning she sees a product that says that you're worthy, you're deserving, and you are able to give back some of that love that you're always giving to someone else. So every morning she goes to that mirror, instead of seeing someone she doesn't love or isn't worthy, she sees someone that is, and that being her true self is enough. So every time she puts on the moisturizer, or she does a facial scrub, or she does her cleansing spray, it's all about how I am beautiful, I am enough. And that's reinforcing her positivity, her mindset, her empowerment for the day to go out and live her most fulfilling life. Natural beauty also, I think, when we look at self-care can just be how are you maintaining yourself in our everyday life? Is it just showering, eating the right foods, doing the right thing? But for me, self-care, we have to look at it like self-love. And how are you treating yourself and choosing yourself in every moment? And this is something I'm very passionate about, because self-care can be just the surface level. We need, again, as women, in a society where we are lacking self-worth, where we're lacking self-respect, and we're lacking self-love because we're self-sacrificing ourselves in so many ways, we need to look how we can give back to ourselves. So let's take self-care to self-love. Let's take it to the next level. Let's see what it is that we truly need and start doing and taking those actions. So for me, again, a lot of the time we walk through life disconnected from our needs because we think it's selfish or we think that we're undeserving. But when we actually stop and listen and ask ourselves what is it that we need, our truth will come up. And instead of buying something, instead of, giving something or doing something externally to you, if you just take that moment, if you just breathe in and connect to your heart, what you can actually find is your own answers to your own happiness. And yes, this is all connected to natural beauty, because for me, it helps you find that inner confidence and that inner radiance that then will shine out. And you can always see a natural beauty compared to a social beauty. And what I mean by that is that we look at social media, of course, every single day, and we see the perfect woman with the airbrushing. We've talked about it many times over this conference and many times within our society, but still things aren't changing. But what we need to understand is that that social beauty only is looking at the surface. We need to see about the true beauty of what is within that human. And so we can be the ones who change this by the way we speak, by the way we role model, and the way we are showing up in the world. So when we're being truthful on our social media, when we show that we have real days, we have the struggles, we have the good days, but we show up truthfully as ourselves. And we show up in a way that feels good for us. So we're wearing the clothes that feel good for us. For me, using makeup is like when I'm getting my power suit on. It's like when I'm coming in and I'm on. And for me, and I love it. I love doing it. I don't do it to change the way I look. I do it to put on that extra bit of power for me. And I love it. And I'm not going to change that for anyone because that's who I am. And I don't care if someone else judges me for that because that is their choice. But again, I show up in a way that feels good for me. I love green jumpsuits, so I wear green jumpsuits. I wear, organic makeup because I want to wear organic makeup. I, dye my hair red because I want to dye it red for me. And these are the things that we can do to really enhance our natural beauty, looking at what we want, what we desire, what we need, and then in turn growing our strength, our empowerment, our self-love and self-care to the point where we are enabling others to do the same. We become so radiant. People see that. They see us when they meet us. They're not looking at our makeup, they're feeling our energy. And that is natural beauty. That is natural confidence. And as that ripples out, we give the permission to those who might not be able to love themselves for who they are to start doing something towards that, to start taking steps towards growing their inner wealth, their inner worth, their inner love, and start being who they really are. Because when we choose ourselves, we choose love. When we choose love, we choose and make the right choices within our life. We start putting good food into ourselves. We start maintaining our health. We start preventing rather than waiting for a cure. We are looking after ourselves every minute of every day because we value ourselves. We prioritize our needs because when we do this, we can show up in a very fulfilling way and a balanced way. Because when our cup is full, when we're feeling beautiful, when we're feeling empowered, that overflows to everyone else around us. And it's with effort, it's with flow and with ease that we're able to create this ripple. So this all comes back down to natural beauty. For me, it's so much more than skincare and looking a certain way. It's finding out your truth, how you want to show up in the world. What is your signature? What is your natural and innate gift that you can represent on the outside as well? For me, it's green, it's color, it's different, it's crazy, and that's okay because that's me. And so I show that, and it doesn't matter if I don't look like a beauty queen, that's okay. I'm not trying to be. In this world, being you is the most beautiful thing you can be, so practice that every day. Practice looking at in the mirror and saying, I love you. You are amazing, and start finding parts of yourself, if you can't directly say that you can, that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my hands, I'm grateful for my smile, my eyes. It's these things that will start you connecting back to your true beauty, allowing you to love all of you again. Because in a world where it's saying you're not enough, you need to learn you are. You need to see that natural beauty within you and not thinking you have to change it for anyone else. No matter which way you go in life, no matter what way you look, you will be judged. It's just a way of the human, and for a lot of people who are disconnected in their life. So whether you show up in makeup, in a ballroom dress, in shorts, it doesn't matter. Own it. That's how it feels good for you. So this is what I want to say, that when you are making yourself, every day you're grooming yourself, think of it as not grooming. You're creating your essence and expressing yourself. So every morning, again, what affirmations can you have on your mirror? I've got a crayon, a pen, a glass pen that you can write on, and I have all these beautiful affirmations because I look at it every morning. I look at it every night. And for my kids, it helps them too. I am role modeling to my children that they are enough as they are. They can experiment. My daughter loves playing with makeup, and that's fine. I'm not scared of that because I know that it's part of the process of being a woman in this day and age. But if she can see that she's naturally beautiful anyway, and she has that inner confidence, I know she's not going to try and mask herself. That's what's so important for me, is being that role model for my children and my son as well. So if I can leave you with one thing, just know that every time you look in that mirror, you're enough as you are. You're already beautiful. You do not need anything else. And so every morning you see your beautiful self, you go, I love you, I'm thankful, and I honor who you are. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Namaste and good afternoon. Yeah, my name, as per you know, that Vinita Jain. I'm not actually, today I'm a beautician. So I'm running parlor from last 35 years. So this is a subject I think is a little bit near to me. But I don't want to tell too much about that, just theoretically only. So first I'd like to tell you about natural beauty is the most beautiful form. And one thing I'd like to tell you, I'm not good in English also. I'm Hindi speaking. Okay. So that's why I like to read something I can miss. So natural beauty is the most beautiful form. Natural beauty is wearing a smile on our face. Natural beauty is very happy person with a freshly scrubbed face. I think everyone is naturally beautiful in their own way. I feel self-care is important for a person. A person has to be beautiful inside and outside. Self-care is crucial for our physical, emotional and mental well-being. Only when the soul is happy, it will reflect on our face. Know your worth. Self-care is important to maintain a healthy relationship with yourself. It produces positive feeling and boosts your confidence and self-esteem. A healthy work-life balance. The stress and exhaustion from overwork can make you less productive, disorganized, and emotionally drained. It can also lead all sorts of health problems from fear and depression to less sleep and heart disease. Professional self-care habits like taking break, like taking lunch, calling your mom, having a walk, little small walk, setting professional boundaries and avoiding overextending. It ensures that you stay sharp, motivated and healthy. Stress management, while a little dose of stress is a healthy way to give us what we need to meet the deadlines or finish that overdue task. Constant stress and fear can have an adverse effect on your mental and physical health. Smart self-care habits like eating healthy, connecting with their loved ones, or practicing meditations cut down the toxic effects of stress by improving your mood and boosting your energy and confidence level. Start living, stop exciting. Life is a precious gift. So why waste it? When we have the choice to have a more meaningful existence, it's important to remember that taking care of yourself is also your responsibility. Little things like sipping tea while looking at the raindrops, enjoying a bubble bath or reading a book are essential for your daily happiness. While things like taking up a new hobby, learning a new language can make your life more purposeful by giving you a new reason to get up in the morning. Stop overthinking. When we follow all these self-care tips, we will be happy and healthy, which will make us automatically look beautiful. Next, I would like to share my grooming experience with you all. Grooming, I admit, has been a passion to me for past 35 years. I am a beautician by profession. It has given me the greatest happiness to groom people. I feel grooming is one of the most important part of personality development. The way you look and the way you move in the social circle makes a very huge impact. When you are in a social setup, your external appearance is the first thing that people notice about you. Thus, if you are self-groomed and know the perfect way to carry yourself, you will have a lots of eyes attract to you and what you are about to say. If you wish the world to stand up and take notice of who you are, it's a must that you spend some time on grooming. Here are a few rules to follow for grooming. Just like dressing is an extremely important part of the self-grooming. A lot of people doesn't know the importance of dressing according to the occasion and others often find them as totally mismatched with the crowd. The way you dress is the first thing that gets noticed about you. If you are out partying, wear something that is fun and different. If you are out partying with friends, wear something that is relaxed and easy. If you dress right, the second thing that should take care of it is the finer details like your hands, hair and feet. They get noticed. The way you take care of your hands and feet speak quite a lot about your personal hygiene, and there are many people who notice these parts of the body before they notice your external appearance. Accessorizing is yet another part of being well groomed and smart. Wearing the right accessory will highlight your look. On a day out work, a watch that makes a statement of its own is the best accessory. Proper emphasis should also be laid on the shoes that you wear and the bag you carry. Last but not the least, makeup and hair. Like there is a proper dress for every occasion, there is also a proper hairstyle for every occasion. If you have laid a proper emphasis on these finer details like wearing proper makeup and having tidy hairs, it will send out the signal that you believe in perfection and being just the very best. Wearing proper makeup is like adding cherry on the top of the cake. The whole idea behind grooming is to make ourselves better than what they were. Irrespective of how much you do, you will always find a small hole of imperfection that you can work towards filling and making better. Even when you feel you know everything, you can always start with inculcating something new. Thus, self-grooming is a process that never ends. Thank you.
Did you ask anyone to record for you?
I didn't ask.
Oh my God.
I'm saying recording.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
He is.
Relax, look up plenty of time. Yeah, go. Lots of photos. We're happy to take more from you.
Next, what else do you want?
Yay!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
My name is Carla Porta, and I represent the Netherlands. I'm originally from Angola, Africa. The Netherlands is my 15th country where I live in the world. I am the CEO of Chain. Chain is a project I have in India, which is help underprivileged people. I give them the free kit so they can start their own business with no strings attached. I also have my own business in the Netherlands, and that is a hair salon with clients from 110 countries. So this session is about beauty. It is about yourselves and myself at Grooming. I have few suggestions for you, if you like, regarding hair, because I am a master colorist. I'm welcome all of you to ask me any type of questions, so do please feel free. Regarding beauty, my own opinion, it is about yourself inside. I have clients that they fly from all over to my salon and then they go back. And sometimes they come from so far, but actually it is not about the hair, it is about the inside. So, and most, a part of my clients, they go to my salon to make themselves feel a bit better, feel a bit happy. But that is just a temporary thing. I tell them, do look after yourself inside. The outside is always beautiful. We don't have ugly women. It does not matter what is your shape. It does not matter what is your color. It does not matter What is your belief? The most important what matters is about yourself as a human being and yourself as a person. You are beautiful already, therefore you came to this world, otherwise you wouldn't come. So, on the end, when you go to a hairdresser or a hair salon, I suggest to you to think about two things. Never forget this, it's very important. The first one, it is about your image. The second one, it is about your money. So, always ask questions. What you gonna do, why you gonna do it, how you gonna do it. If the professional is comfortable to answer those questions, believe me, knows what she or he doing. If I start with excuses or you have the chance to say thank you and walk away. Because you're going to pay for nothing. Yeah? I also, in my salon, I don't have magazines at all. Because it is not the fake computer restored mastering models that they are in my salon. It is the client itself. So I don't use magazines. It is about you and about your personality and about your image. Therefore, you come to me. Also remember that products, I shouldn't say it, but it's a little hint. Regarding products, my suggestion to you also is that when you go to a salon, that the hairdresser puts a bunch of products on top of you or in front of you, don't blame the hairdresser. Actually, that is the agreement that the owner of the salon has with the company. And they are, one way or another, instructed to sell. So, do you need 2 or 3 shampoos? I'm sorry to tell you, no, you don't. Do you need 2, 3, 4 masks or conditioners? No, you don't. You see, many years ago, before the wars, First War, Second War, whatever, there was only 1 shampoo, I guess, or 2 shampoos, soap. You could wash yourself. I was from that. I'm not that old. Sorry. As a child, I was allowed to only take a shower once a week because I came from extremely underprivileged parents. Because of the war, I was a refugee and I sleep in the streets. So I know what it means showering once a week. So once I had the soap, I was very happy. So think about the basics. My message to you is about basics. It's about environment. It's about yourself. When you go, it does not matter how expensive it is, it will not help you. Sorry to tell you. Sometimes the basics, if you have a neutral shampoo, think about this. There is shampoos for babies, is that correct?
Yeah.
How many shampoos for babies are? Maybe 1 or 2 types. Remember that. How many masks or conditioners are for babies? None. Yes, we are different. We are adults. We walk outside. We do a lot. And our hair is one of the most sensitive things that we have in our body. Also, I can see through my clients. They don't have to say nothing. I can see through their scalp how stressed they are, how anxious they are, how depressed they are, and sometimes how pregnant they are. And they don't even know. Yeah, that's my years of experience. Because once you are expecting, your hormones change, and your hair is the first thing actually to give the news about it. So about yourselves and your hair and your image. Do not wash your hair every day. That's one of the hugest mistakes you can make. Why? Hair has a cycle of 7 days. Yeah? The follicle, the glandule sebacea. From the moment you start washing your hair, yeah, the fat will come up. But it needs time to settle in your scalp. So the very next day, you are washing again. You are asking again for more fat and more and more. It comes to a point that the glandular sebaceans, they get so out of order that they don't really know what to do anymore, and they give you constantly fat. And if you are tired, students, most of our students, when it is in the time of the exams, they get very anxious, very stressed. They get a lot of easy fat scalp. So if you wash your hair once a week, actually you give permission to the root of your hair to work properly. So remember that, once, maximum twice a week. Your scalp does not need a mask or a conditioner. It is your hair. Your hair, if you use too much product, get addicted and ask for more and more and more. It comes to a point that you get your hair really damaged and dry and out of control because it's extremely addicted. So remember again this little tip. Make a detox with your hair. Very simple. Do nothing for 1 week. So all the toxins in your hair will come out, literally. And after that, then do the mask or the conditioner. Of course, do the shampoo, yeah? You will see, never put a mask, in my personal opinion to you, yeah? Never put a mask or a conditioner in your scalp. Your scalp does not need that. It's your hair. So from here to here, yeah? And if you have very short hair, so you just have to put it and take it automatically, yeah? So also the other thing what you can do is when you go for coloring your hair, there is many different ways of coloring hair, and myself as a master colorist, I can explain to you that it is not about just putting the color. The most important thing to choose the right color, it is your eye color, your skin complexion, and above all your personality. That is very important. If the professional knows about those three things, then he or she knows what they are doing. So myself, I always look to my client. First of all, it's a body language, the personality, the hair, the eyes, the skin, and then I will say, now we're going to sit and now we're going to talk, what do you want and why do you want it? If I tell you that my clients with gray hair, white hair, they will come back to me every 4 months and they don't see the difference. Maybe you don't believe it, but that's why I'm a bit known by being an expert in gray hair. My clients with the gray hair, they come every 4 months for a touch-up because there is no need for more. In the other places, you go every 6 or 7 weeks, right? So that has to do also with the techniques. Myself, I look at my client as me, as my hair. From the moment you come to my chair, you are my client, but above all, my name from that day will be in your hair for a long time. So it is my interest to do my upper best. Yes, of course, if I fail, I literally will say to my client, I don't like it, please give me a chance to redo it. Because it's about my reputation and the client's image. When you wash your hair, if you allow me, I can. I love to invite 2 persons to just give some suggestions. So I need just a chair here, if it's possible, please.
I was waiting. I was waiting for her to see my scalp.
So I don't want you to tell me nothing, yeah? And just say it is yes or no. Yeah?
Okay.
Because I'm not perfect. Okay. When I look at his hair and his scalp, here, I see that she washed her hair in the wrong way. So just say yes or no. Yeah?
Yes.
Can I use you as a model?
Yes, of course.
So imagine she is you. When you are washing your hair, you put shampoo.
Yeah.
Is it so that you wash your hair? I'm gonna do it, but then I'll fix it.
Yeah.
So sorry. So you wash your hair this way.
Yeah, kind of very fast.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is wrong.
you're right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the way, because your scalp is, sorry to say, it is quite stressed. There is a lot of anxiety. There is a lack of vitamin. Perhaps you should look which type of vitamin, because I see it. Yeah.
Mm.
The way you should wash your hair is this way. This is the correct way to wash your hair. Why? Your scalp needs boot camp, needs a wake up, because it's so addicted to everything that needs things. These two fingers, they must be here. This is the center of energy. Exactly. So, and very fast, in a very arrogant way, not easy. If you do it easy, it doesn't solve the problem. If you do this very fast, the massage you give to your scalp, I can tell you that in 6 to 9 months' time, your scalp will be much, much, much better. So this is the correct way.
Wow.
Yeah, not this.
I sleep here.
The circle way, it is for ladies or gentlemen that they have a very, very, let's say, fat scalp. Circle. Yeah, this is the way to make it. Sorry, pardon me. This is the way to stop the fat. Yeah, and to work natural. Yeah. So for fat and anxious scalps. Yeah. Now for very dry scalps, you have to do the circle because of the emotional you carry with you. It needs a little bit of, let's say, slowly, and you do it slowly. Don't do it fast. This is for scalps that they are very, very oily. For people with, let's say, psoriasis, or seborrheica cutis, or seborrheica, or alopecia areata, make sure when you go to a hairdresser, make sure the hairdresser actually disinfect the tools in front of you. I was an inspector for hair salons in my past. About hygiene in hair salons, I can tell you something, that you may love your hairdresser very much, yeah, but you don't know, did she or he disinfected the comb? And you can get innocently infected. Hair salons is places that you can get very easily small infections. If imagine, I'll give an example. Imagine John had psoriasis, yeah, or seborrheica acutis, and then I comb his hair, and all the seborrheica stays in the comb. Well, Julie here, very healthy, very lovely, very open. I grab the comb, I start combing. So, you don't see it, but perhaps after a few hours or maybe next day, you start to be itchy. Well, perhaps you should then consider to, sorry, perhaps you should consider then to do a very fast cleanup in your scalp. So, in my salon, I have, some countries is not needed, which is very sad. Netherlands is one of the countries that they are not that strong in hygiene for salons, literally speaking. And one of very few salons that I have a germicide. So I have 27 combs. There is no way that one comb will be used exactly to the same next client. Sorry, it's just not. I do not allow that. and also regarding brushes. Your brush is like your toothbrush. Your hairbrush is like your toothbrush. Remember that. You may love your girlfriend very dearly, but don't use her hairbrush. Because whatever she has, you will get it, or vice versa. Can be nothing, please, thank you. Can be nothing, can be something, but that is how it goes. So the other message for you is, remember, hygiene in hair salons, it is extremely important for you. Regarding coloring, also imagine you need your roots colored. Yeah, roots, yeah. So what I see a lot in my own clients is they have the hair, some of them quite dry and damaged. That is of too much product. The whole hair does not need color, it's just the roots. But as I said, I do not touch my clients on the roots when I color. I have a special technique which is just mine, yeah, that I don't touch my client's scalp with the coloring. But you don't really see it, the difference between normal coloring and that technique. So try to ask your professional to, yes, color the roots, but to leave a millimeter, that is possible. Do not touch your scalp, because automatically your scalp, your epidermis, your dermis is shrinking that. And that after is not really healthy for your scalp and for yourself. So when you need highlights, if you have only the roots, it's only the roots needs highlights, not the whole hair. So ask your professional to do literally just the roots. My clients, some of them I color with the toilet paper. It's my own technique. It's very weird and funny, but it is true. I color my clients with toilet paper. How insane is that? Very simple. Toilet paper for me as a professional, I created that idea, has micro tiny holes. So it lets the hair to breathe and the color to work natural. But the density of the color actually stays in your hair. So it takes longer for the color actually to come out. Even if you go to Maldives or Seychelles or doesn't matter, Caribbean, literally, the density of the color will go away, but not that much as normal with the foil, constantly foil, yeah? Aluminium foil, yeah? Aluminium foil is the same as in the kitchen. Imagine you want to make fish, in the oven. To be faster, you put a foil. That's to speed the process. It's exactly the same as in a hair salon. When they use the foil, is to open all the shuffles of your hair to be fast, and that makes it automatically dry. Yeah. So myself in my salon, I don't work with heat at all. I work with ambient temperature, and it is always 23 degrees. That's more than enough to achieve whatever I want for my clients. Yeah. So perhaps you should consider whatever color you wish to speak with your professional and say, well, today I don't really want the heat. I just want to work like that. If she or he is willing to, it's possible, but depends how in a rush they are or how in a rush you are. So there is a lot of things that you should perhaps think about before you go to a hair salon or before you go back to your professional. Also, what I suggest to you is try to remember that, I don't know if anybody knows here what it is for you a highlight. May I ask you, because you have long hair? What is a highlight? Yeah, that's a highlight. Okay, do you have any idea which number is that?
no, because my colourist just uses her eye.
Okay. Does anybody here knows the numbers of the highlights? No. Anybody knows here the yeah? Can you tell me the number of highlights?
What you are asking me her number?
Yeah.
Our number is number 7.
Okay. Okay.
No, I don't know which brand you use.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the brand. Yeah. Everybody knows here what it is, low lights. Low lights. Okay, this is also something very important for you as a client when you go anywhere in this world. We master colorists, we have a low color. We call it a low color. Yeah? It's exactly the same anywhere in this planet. The only thing that changes, and you can check that, as an example, L'Oreal of India, the density of the color is very different than L'Oreal from Australia or UK or hot countries or cold white. Has to do with the weather, has to do with the country, with the cultures, with everything. Yeah, and also regarding the water. So and color law we have 1 to 10, from number 1 to 10. So 1 is the darkest you can get, is the black. Yeah. So until the 6, from 1 to 6, most of the brands, it is called low lights. From 7 to 10, it is a highlight. So to make it easier, everything that is light is a highlight. Everything that is dark is a low light. A lot of my clients, they come to me and they don't really understand what means a low light or a highlight. So now, now you know that if somebody asks, do you want a high or low light, they will explain to you. Then you can ask whatever you want. Yeah, I have to zip it because she. However, I want to say thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to ask me any questions, and above all, I want to say to the WEF of India and Dr. Rabina Arora for this invitation. Thank you very much.
Carla, you have to examine my hair after the session.
One minute, Carla, can I take a picture?
Yes, of course, with pleasure.
We got it.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Charge.